What up, guys? Mad Scientist 7890 here. Gonna do a hip hop related video here for you guys. I think I'm gonna do some different stuff here. I do the in the lab videos where I pick usually 3 topics and kind of just talk about certain things that I want to talk about. I think I'm gonna do that with hip hop stuff as well. I'm probably not gonna do near as many hip hop videos as I do with wrestling, but I'm going to do just like my in the lab videos. I'm gonna have 3 topics for hip hop videos, and I think I'm gonna call them hip hop science videos. And basically, I don't know, just pick 3 topics that are going on, hip hop, big things that I really want to talk about, and just kind of, do the same thing I do with wrestling. Just kind of pick through them and give you my thoughts. So like I said, this is gonna be my first hip hop science video. Probably gonna do a couple more in the future, but not near as much as wrestling videos. So here we go. I'm gonna give you guys an updated list of my top 10 albums of the year as my first topic here. A lot of original albums that I had on my top 10 in my first video, some of them just kind of lost, steam, and none of them have longevity, and they kind of fell off the list completely. I just wasn't able to just listen to them over and over again. Since that video I did top 10 albums of 2011, I haven't, I've listened to so many albums since then, so many recommendations and different things from other people, and just some albums of some things I've never heard of. I follow Dead End Hip Hop, and I listened to all their reviews, and saw all their stuff from AC3, and saw some artists I've never heard of, and picked up mixtapes and albums from these guys. So I have a lot of stuff to listen to. November 1st just rolled around, and a lot of albums just dropped. Wale's album just dropped. Rapper Big Pooh just dropped an album. Torre, and then Black Milk and Danny Brown dropped an album together as well. And I have all 4 of those, and I haven't even listened to them, so I'm going to get to those here. But this is an updated list of my top 10 albums so far. Not a lot has changed, but there's a couple things that I've flipped around and different things. Number 10 still Killer Mike, great album with The Pledge. Number 4 is Cutting Linguist, Winterology. 8 is actually a new album I put in there. I don't know, I just really enjoyed this album. I don't know, I'm just a fan of it. Some people might not be, but it's Schoolboy Q's Setbacks. I liked this. I just enjoyed almost everything about it. Next album, when I did my top 10 albums, I said that I didn't say I didn't like it. It just wasn't one of my favorites for whatever reason, and it was Elzai's Elmatic. And the reason why I didn't have it originally is because I hate, and I've said this before in another hip hop video I did, I hate it like when people try to remake things, and Illmatic is like one of my favorite albums ever. And when I see somebody try to recreate something like that, it kind of just like, whatever, I won't waste my time on it. But once I actually really started listening to this album, really liked it, and it's very, very good, and it gets my number 7 spot actually. Elzai's Elmatic, actually made me a fan of Elzai. I didn't listen to a lot of his stuff previously with some other, stuff that he's done, but this actually made me a fan of him, and I really enjoyed this actually. So, guess it means you just have to listen to it more than a couple times to really get it, or really like it. But that's number 7. Number 6 is my Shabazz Palace's Black Up. This might be my favorite, just based off production alone. This album's production is so good. Man, it's not overbearing. It's not too many tracks. It's just, I listened to it from first track to last track. And I just really enjoy it. Like I said, production alone, I don't know, it came out of nowhere. Never even heard of this guy prior, and had a couple people say, hey, check it out. Did really enjoyed it, so that gets my number 6. Number 5 is Big Crit's Return of Forever. Originally I didn't I listened to this once all the way through, and I don't know, maybe I just didn't get it or wasn't really a fan at the time, but after I listened to it a couple more times, I really just started digging it, and I was vibing with it. So it definitely gets my number 5 spot, Big Crit's Return of Forever. Number 4 is Apathy's Honky Kong. Like I said, I love this album beforehand. Probably my favorite Apathy album ever. Number 3, Vakil's Armor of God. Like I said before, great stuff, great lyrically. And number 2 is where I get some switch up stuff here. Number 2 is Evidence, Cats and Dogs. Now, when Evidence came out with his LP, the Weatherman LP in 07, I'd heard this is stuff from Dilated Peoples. He was probably my favorite MC in that group, and you know, I just liked Evidence. I was like, man, I want this guy to drop his own, you know, album, and he finally did. I love the Weatherman LP. Heard he was dropping this Cats and Dogs album. Picked it up. Loved everything about this whole thing. I'm a huge fan of Alchemist. I love his production, everything he does. So, you know, a lot of tracks on here are produced by him. Some of the tracks are produced by, you know, Evidence himself. But Alchemist, one of the greatest beats he's ever created with Red Carpet. Red Carpet is one of the dopest tracks I've heard all year. And there's a couple other tracks on here. Late for the Sky is real dope. So I mean, there's some other tracks on here that I really like. I almost like literally everything on this, and that's why it gets number 2. And Evidence is one of my favorite MCs right now, and so that's why it gets number 2 for me. And number 1, Nothing's Changed. Kendrick Lamar's Section 80. Can still pop it in anytime, listen to it, love it. So that's my updated top 10. Got 2 more months left, you know. We got November and December, see what's dropping. Like I said, there's going to be a couple things coming out. I got 4 albums I need to listen to now. You know, there's some people still dropping some stuff here towards the end of the year, so there ought to be maybe some changes, maybe not, I don't know. But right now, that's what I got. So, my next topic is I wanted to talk about the BET Cyphers. I don't get BET on my television. We don't get that station, but only reason I wanted to check it out for any reason, and I know a lot of people have the same view on this, is because of the Cyphers. You know, the Cyphers, I love the Cyphers. Cyphers are great. You know, I'm probably not going to mention, I mean, there's a couple of good, you know, I'd probably say good ones with a couple of people, you know. They had some weird combinations of some people, you know. They had Busta Rhymes, Ludacris, a couple of people with them, and, you know, there's a couple of standout names from the Cyphers, some people I really enjoyed. But the only one I really want to talk about is the Shady 2.0 Cypher. If someone's going to tell me that Shady 2.0, you know, Slaughterhouse, Yellow Wolf, and Eminem, I don't know if they're just being considered as a a group or whatever, is not the dopest rap group in the world, and they are just completely high. That cypher that they did was absolutely amazing. You know, I was thinking about doing a Shady 2.0 versus Young Money, Cash Money, you know, stacking up the guys against each other and see who would win. But then I started thinking, wouldn't be much competition because Shady 2.0 would absolutely slaughter Young Money. And, you know, I don't care if people hate that or not, but, you know, when people talk about Lil Wayne and Eminem being, you know, the 2 top MCs or whatever, you know, Eminem way ahead of, you know, Lil Wayne, to me, in opinion. You know, Lil Wayne does that hashtag rap, and it's just not my kind of thing anymore. I liked a couple of his tracks, you know, the Carter 4 was not that great. But, you know, Eminem is the best, probably the best MC in the world. So, I mean, I don't really care what anybody says. And Shady 2.0, the cypher was absolutely insane. You know, let Yellow Wolf go in first, killing it. Loved his, you know, whole thing he did. Everyone was talking about the Royce to 5'9" when he did the High Rihanna stuff, and it was all over the place. So that was pretty cool. But Joe Budden killed it. Crooked Eye, man, Crooked Eye might have been my favorite. Crooked Eye was dope. He sleeping on my ether skills, dude. That whole line right there was, oh god, that was dope. That, and then Joe Budden had some really good punchlines, some really good stuff. You know, the Dougie line was great. Sabotage on the Throne was great. So I mean, that was, you know, and then Royce, like I said, Royce. Joel was good. He had some funny stuff. You know, but as a total, as a group, these guys are the best group of MCs in the world right now. And not even to mention Eminem at the end, you know, doing the whole thing, joking around, and they were having a good time, and you know, it was great. I really enjoyed it. So I mean, if you haven't seen any of the other cyphers, if you watch this one first, there is no reason to watch any of the other ones because this one blows it away. But yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out the cyphers. You know, if you're just a fan of just, you know, freestyling and just great music. And they had a totally different beat too. They had a totally different beat than everybody else. Everybody else who did the cyphers had their own beat. They had the same beat. But Shady 2.0 had a different beat by DJ Premier, and it was absolutely dope. You can find it on YouTube. I have it, downloaded it from you, or, you know, converted it from YouTube and converted it on my file and have it on my iPod. So I listen to that all the time. It's awesome. So I just want to talk about that. The next thing I want to talk about is, you know, Odd Future and dubstep, and incorporating a lot of different new tendencies into hip hop music. You know, I'm not really a huge fan of the dubstep sound. You know, a lot of MCs or you know, not MCs, most MCs would not incorporate dubstep. Most mainstream hip hop artists, I guess, would incorporate dubstep type, you know, music into their stuff because it's popular now and it would sell. But I'm not a huge fan of the dubstep sound. I like just cool beats, man. Just good production, good lyrics. You know, I don't care for crazy sounds. You know, I'm not one of those people that see. There's a lot of people who have cars and they just put subs in them, you know, and have 212s and just bump, and all you hear is just pounding sounds. And you know, I like to hear the lyrics, and I really like to hear the flow, and I really like to hear everything come together in a song. I don't like just bumping. You know what I mean? Loud ass noises. You know, and some people do, some people don't. And I mean, it is what it is. And you know, like I said, I'm not a huge dubstep fan. There's a couple of songs that I thought were kind of cool, but most off, I'm part, you know, the classic sounds, you know, mostly underground hip hop music, and I just wanted to be like, you know, come on guys, that stuff's popular, really? You know, I'm sorry, but I don't care for it all, really. And then Odd Future, I want to talk about, is really getting popular with a lot of the guys that they have, you know, in their group with you know, with everything that happened with Tyler the Creator at the MTV Movie Awards, winning, you know, Best New Artist, and Yonkers was crazy, and Video was crazy. Stuff was cool. I liked it when it first came out. You know, Goblin was cool, and it just lost steam with me. You know, I can't sit and listen to horror rap all the time. You know, and I know not everyone in Odd Future is like that. They're different. You know, I thought Mellowed Hype album, I liked it better than Goblin, to be honest with you. That, and then, you know, Casey Veggies had an album that came out recently. So I mean, there's some different stuff. You know, Frank Ocean. You know, but I mean, these guys are young, up and coming, and people talk about them as being the new Wu-Tang Clan, and I would never, ever put them in the same class as Wu-Tang Clan. That's just absolutely asinine. But they're taking, you know, it almost feels like a lot of people say they're taking over hip hop. There's a lot of, you know, their music is everywhere now. Everyone in Odd Future is cutting albums and mixing stuff and doing all kinds of crazy things. And you know, I don't dislike Odd Future, and I think a lot of their stuff is cool. Beat production, their beats and their production is good, but I just can't sit and listen to horror rap over and over and over again by, you know, Tyler. And like I said, they have some other artists that I enjoy, and you know, I've heard of some decent stuff this year. So, but just wanted to, that was my, you know, last topic was Odd Future and dubstep incorporated into hip hop music now. So I'm gonna let you guys go here. I got 4 albums I need to listen to, and been pretty sick actually. So probably not going to be doing much of anything for the next couple days, maybe a day at least. So I'm probably just going to sit around and vibe and listen to some new music. So, you know, like I said, this is my first ever hip-hop science video. I'll probably do, like I said, a couple more throughout the rest of the year. Not near as much as my other ones, but like I said, thanks for watching, guys. Leave some comments. Peace.